And I remember the first time I did coke, I called my mom, because I'm a mama's girl. And I called her, I was like, oh my God, Mom, I'm on coke! And she's like, oh, who are you doing coke with? And I'm like, Tim, and she's like, oh my God, I cannot believe Tim's doing coke. I'm like, why can't you believe I'm doing coke? Like, you don't fucking look like, you don't believe in me at all? Like, what the fuck? Fucking love white people drugs. I love Molly, that shit's amazing. It's fucking awesome, it's like a roller coaster drug. You're like chilling, you're like, oh, this shit's not hitting me, what the fuck, this pill doesn't mean anything. And you're like, oh my God, I wanna touch everybody! Let me suck your dick, let me suck your titties! That man who, I'm not sucking your dick, so relax, relax. Fucking relax. And then it's like the next day, you're like, oh my God, I'm so depressed, why did I suck all that dick last night, right? What was I thinking? But it's cool because I've crossed off one of my white people drug bucket lists. I did acid. It was so fucking amazing, oh my God. So let me tell you guys, I was a fucking expert at life. You could ask me anything, I knew the fucking answers. But let me tell you what sucked about acid. All right, first off, the first hour I thought I was gonna die, right? I was sitting there against my couch like, why the fuck is the floor moving? And I knew I was fucked up because I was in Nashville and they wanted to talk about me and I didn't want to talk about me. And I'm like, oh bitch, you're fucked up. You love yourself, you're obsessed with yourself. You don't want to hear about Jasmine? But this is what sucked, I was on my period. Ooh, I know. For all of you that do acid, you know how bad that is. Because first of all, I went to the bathroom to try and change my tampon. First thing is I'm shaking, so I'm like, I don't know where the string is. Like, what do I pull? So then I was like, all right. I did a little tug. I didn't know if it needed to come out or not, so I was like, let me do the wipe test. So I did the wipe test, but guess what? When you're in acid, you see a bunch of colors. So I'm like, is this blood or acid? I can't tell. And then my vagina was pulsating, and I'm like, does my tampon need to come out, or I just need to get fucked? Like, what the fuck is going on? And the best part is I did acid with niggas, and I was like, what the fuck, niggas do acid? I can't wait till I can afford to do acid again. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be fucking amazing. And so I called my bestie, and I was like, oh my God, you know, I was doing acid or whatever. I fucking loved it. And she's like, you know what, Jasmine, I really think you have a drug problem. I'm like, I don't have a drug problem. I'm not like a crackhead. I'm not like sucking dick for drugs. And then I sat there and thought for a second. I was like, oh shit, I've sucked dick for weed. I have. Not like officially like a crackhead does it, because you know, with a crackhead, they suck the dick and then they get the drugs. I get the drugs, and then I'm like, okay, I guess I'll suck the dick. Like, you know, ladies, sometimes you're just sitting at home and you're really broke, but you want to get high, and you start going through your Rolodex, and you're like, fuck, this dude has fire weed, but I'm going to have to give him head afterwards. You got to do what you got to do. I only suck dick for necessities, though. I'm fucking responsible. You feel me? And I didn't do it for me, I did it for you, because if I don't smoke weed, I'm a fucking bitch, right? Hey. I'm not a bitch. You're supposed to say, no, you're not a bitch. You're too pretty to be a bitch. You little dyke, I see you. I only had sex with one white girl, I'm not going back. She was way too hairy. And it was crazy. I literally had to use a comb to part and find her clit. It was horrible. And I was confused because I thought white girls came up with waxing, but apparently not. And I remember I was trying to like discreetly say, bitch, you're hairy. And I was like, oh, you don't ever wax? And she was like, I'm sensitive down there. And I'm like, oh. And then I stopped going down on her. And she's like, are you depressed? Is that why you don't want to have sex? I'm like, no, bitch, you're a wolf. Like, I'm getting fucking hairballs, literally.